In the last video, we talked about the color picker menu, and there's one more thing that I want to show you about this. Just as you can change the finish and the transparency of the beads to make them look more accurate, you can add a secondary color. And if I tick this box here, a little white dot will show up, and this is the secondary color slider. Now, this is useful if you're working with metallic beads or color line beads or iridescent beads, something with another tint to it. So maybe you have a base color and you want to add a tint to get a more accurate representation. You do that with this slider. Let me give you a few examples. So here's a Duracoat galvanized gold bead that I'd love to represent in Beadographer. Let's try to find a base color. Something like that. I'll turn on gloss, and it's an opaque bead, so that's fine. Let's put some beads on, and that's what that looks like. That's okay, but you can see that the highlights are kind of yellowy. So let's add a secondary color. I'm going to tick this box and now make it a little bit. You can see it also changes the hue a bit, but let's try that. I'm just eyeballing it, looking at the bead, looking at the active style bead and trying to get something close. So let's add that for reference. Now you can see this looks a little bit more goldy maybe than this one. So that's one example of when a secondary color is useful, so you can give it that extra tint. That example is kind of subtle, so let's try another one. This is a bronze bead, and let's see if we can use the secondary colors to make it look really accurate. I'll turn off the secondary color for now so you can see it more clearly. Let's get the base color down, and this can be approximate because the secondary color is going to change it a bit. So if I was just going to go for the color, maybe something like that, I'll add it to the canvas for reference. And as you can see, the highlights aren't white, they're kind of a different tint. So this doesn't really accurately represent it. Let's add a secondary color and see if we can do better. So that's what it looks like, and actually I think that's fine just as it is, but you can change. Yeah, I liked it with it on the slider there. So I'm gonna go with that. Let's add it to the palette and put some beads on, and you can see the secondary color makes it look a lot more accurate.